And we're live. It's here. We are here right now. The
Woo!
first official show of the Ding 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 era.
The ding 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 era has
Yeah,
begun.
we're CEOs now, Roy. We're
Yeah, it's
CEOs as a
true.
part of Ding 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 Entertainment. Ding Ding Ding. It's turnbuckle time. Welcome everyone. Welcome.
Welcome,
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 Roy. Did you welcome
welcome.
everyone?
I did. I'm saying welcome now. Welcome, welcome,
Excellent
welcome.
job. Welcome. I might be a little laggy today, but that's okay. That's
That's
okay.
fine. That's okay. We're just happy
Do I
you're
sound
here.
laggy?
No, not at all. You sound great.
You
Well, now
sound
you're
laggy.
laggy. Now you're laggy. Now
Maybe
you're
that's
being
just me.
laggy. Now who knows?
Now
Internet.
I'm
It's
laggy. Oh
yeah,
well,
you're falling
thank
apart.
thank you guys so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Am I still out? Really? Am I falling apart right now?
Something's talking in my head.
Roy?
Yeah, we're okay. Never mind. Hi. Sorry. So I was casting the Ring of Honor show to my TV before, and then it just started playing on my phone right now, and it just
Uh,
scared the shit out of me.
oh, sure. Am I okay now?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Am I okay? Good.
Yeah, you
Because
look
we
good.
got we got Woodsy in the chat.
Woodsy's here.
Ding ding ding.
Ding,
Question mark?
ding,
Yes.
ding.
We are Loser Lose Wrestling. That's the official name of the show. You free okay. But Ding 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 is our new LLC
It's true.
to make sure we don't get sued.
It's
Right.
true. Or if we get sued, ding, ding, ding gets sued,
We
and
have
we don't get sued.
officially formed an LLC. We are Red Jefferson. That's my favorite joke. That's my favorite joke.
I didn't hear the joke because you were
All
lagging,
right.
but
We
it's
have
a
to
great
start.
joke.
I said, good luck finding Red Jefferson.
Yeah.
That's my favorite. You've heard
Also
it
really funny. That's a good one. Yeah. You've
That's a good
literally
joke.
signed
That's a good joke.
leases
Here,
as Red Jefferson.
this is what I'm doing. I'm closing out programs on my computer
Great idea.
to make
Great idea.
things less laggy.
Keep
Right?
your lips hydrated, y'all. By the way, keep your lips hydrated.
Smart move. Smart
Important.
move. Hey, thanks for joining us, everyone. Smash that like button as
Smash it.
soon as you get in. We're
Smash
gonna
it.
need some likes. We're gonna need some likes. How are you doing, Roy? Any fun new things going
What
on?
a
You feeling good?
what a wild week. What a wild
Oh, I'd
week, Mikey.
imagine.
Yeah. It's been a
What a
wild week
load
across the
off your
board.
mind.
Yeah. It's been some work, very stressful. So
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
you might need to help me out a little bit today.
What do we got?
Well, I'm just saying I've missed some wrestling this week, so you might need to help me out.
Okay, sure. I'll
Yeah.
help you out. One thing that's really popular right now, everyone's talking about it.
Are you
I
playing
like
this?
Did you hear
turtles.
that?
Yeah,
Did you hear
okay.
it?
I did hear that. Yes.
It was like 20 minutes late.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a
Yeah.
laggy show. We're gonna have a
Yeah.
laggy show, and
It's
that's part of
okay.
the fun.
It's part
That's
of the
part of the
fun.
fun. Sound off in the chat when you're here. Let us know how you're doing. We want to know.
We want to know.
I'm doing well, Roy. Thanks for
Yes.
asking.
Well, hey, I didn't get a chance. You were just trying to play
Thanks for
sound
asking, Roy.
effects. How's your
No. I
week been?
appreciate you
How's your
asking.
week been?
It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's good. It's good. Well, I had somebody was out of medication this week.
Right. Are you
Yeah.
back on medication this week?
Yeah, I'm back on the good stuff. Well, no, I'm not back on the good stuff yet, but I have the good stuff for Monday.
So okay. It's going to be due on Monday. Like you're going to go get it on Monday.
No, I'm only supposed to take it on weekdays because you shouldn't be taking it every single day.
Interesting.
A lot of interesting stuff. If you have any questions about medication, I can answer all your medical questions. And if you want to sue us, good luck. All thoughts and opinions are reserved for Ding Ding Ding. You fools.
Yeah, ding dongs. Wow.
Come after us, you jerks.
Oh my gosh. We're officially out of control.
We're already having fun. We have to start talking about some of the show.
Let's get into it.
This is turnbuckle time where we're going to talk about everything that's going on in wrestling right now.
That's right.
We're going to talk about top to bottom, A to Z, 1 to 10, because that's as many numbers as we can count to.
That's right.
And so let us know if you have any questions. We're going to be answering. But first, I think we're going to talk about some reviews, right, Roy?
Right. We're going to get into it. We're going to start with
We're going to be talking about wrestling in the week.
Yeah. And I was looking for the Raw results for the week. Like I said last week, I think we tried it. I think it went okay. We go through the results and then we talk about kind of what our big woos and what our big whats were.
I love it. I
So
love it.
let's
That's a
jump
great way
into
of going
it.
about it. And also,
Yeah.
everyone give a honk honk in the chat for Ejaz.
Yeah, Ejaz is
Ejaz
crushing
is
it.
here, and Ejaz is doing a great job. Doing a great
Doing an
job as
amazing
per
job.
usual. Staying protected too.
Ejaz protects himself.
Dude stays protected.
We love it. We
Protects
love it.
himself every time. And
Yeah.
one way we appreciate the responsibility. No, that's not it.
Love it.
No, that's not
Love
it.
it.
Okay.
Ding Dong
We'll just
Morrissey.
keep it inactive.
Yeah.
But what happened this week? Where are we starting?
Yeah. Well, we're gonna start with Raw. To be honest with you, I didn't see Raw, but I saw Cody Rhodes' promo, so I was like, well, I guess we should talk about Raw. I'm trying to find the results here for Raw. Some stuff happened. I heard there was a. Did you watch Raw, Red?
Yeah, I watched this week. I watched bits and pieces of everything. I caught a little bit of everything this week, and I feel good about it. One of my favorite things about Raw, the biggest woo I have for Monday Night Raw, and I'll throw in Monday Night SmackDown as the Friday Night SmackDown, is they're having people in the background of these segments. Have you noticed this, Roy?
No,
During backstage segments that they're having where someone's interviewing so-and-so, you see in the background, Kevin Owens is talking to Cody Rhodes. You're seeing in the background, MVP is approaching Bobby Lashley.
Yeah.
You know, like they're having these things, they're just making it so interconnected that, like they're interacting with each other on a different level, which I'm very excited about. And also is like laying Easter eggs, little Easter eggs of like, what could this mean? Like they could have a lot of fun with that down the line. Like, why was that person talking to that person? You know,
right.
And I think that's really fun storytelling, and I'm a big fan of it. I'm a big fan of it, Roy.
Yeah, I think that's good. I mean, how are you feeling though overall about this build to WrestleMania? I know that the easy answer is good, but if you really think about it, is it going the way? Like, is it as exciting as it was, or does it feel like they're kind of dragging their feet a little bit?
Nah, that's an interesting question. Are you asking whether I think that it's not as? I don't think they're dragging their feet because I think Friday kicked it up a gear. We're going to talk about it a little bit where Kevin and Sami Zayn hugged.
They okay all right. See, I saw the opening segment of the show and didn't see the last.
So if you saw the opening segment of the show, you're missing out on half the story because they were dragging their feet for 2 weeks now with this thing where like, oh, it was Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn going to be able to work together. And then at the end, they hugged, thanks to the good help of their guardian angel, Cody Rhodes, who was able to bring them all together.
Which is really interesting, right? Like, that's kind of how you have to book this. That like
they have to.
They're together.
They have to because they don't want what happened. Like, because if they were smart back in 2014, was 14, it 15 yeah. When 14 with Bryan Danielson, when you catch something, like they realize the fans are cheering one specific person and you have to incorporate them somehow, you know?
Right.
And like I guess they ended up doing it with WrestleMania, but the thing is, you understand what I'm saying.
I do.
They're getting an idea. Oh, we have some comments, Roy.
Oh, read them up.
We have comments. Now, there's definitely a lag between our conversations, so everyone beware. This is my bad. Want to know why? Is because the internet says it's unstable. I'm getting some internet instability. Let me make sure that my phone's off. But we got S commenting. S is commenting saying Hong Kong. Okay, making reference to ding ding ding.
Love it.
Woodsy says Raw was really good. I need a 20-minute banger at SummerSlam between Cody and LA Knight when Knight wins the King of the Ring. Ooh, interesting. They're bringing back King of the Ring. I'm loving. What are you doing? Are you making fart noises?
For LA Knight.
What is that about? You don't like LA Knight?
I have whatever. He's whatever. He's like Bobby Roode to me. He's like Bobby Roode to me.
He's
just like
Bobby Roode wrestling ability, which is good, with the personality of a monster truck voiceover artist. Oh yeah, like he's just great. Do you smell what he's cooking
now? No. I mean, I guess I have to I don't know, get more into it. I guess. I'm
really getting into it, and honestly, I thought him and Cody had a good match, and we'll talk about this a little later, but I guess we could talk about it now. Cody, he has to win the title at WrestleMania, right?
Yeah. Why is there any doubt that he's not? Is there doubt?
There's no roundabout.
No, he's got to do
I'm
it.
just no, I'm just for the do you think who do you think that so after WrestleMania he's probably gonna have a rematch with Roman, right?
I don't think so. Actually, I don't think so.
You think Roman's going immediately away? Actually, if I go back to my first idea of whether the Jey Uso and the new bloodline beat him up, which would be great. So who's Cody's first opponent afterward?
Gunther.
You think they should give Gunther first?
I don't know. I keep thinking about when Roman Reigns. Okay, so let's go back. Let's get in our Wayback Machine, as friend of the show Conrad Thompson says. And
yeah, friend of the show Conrad Thompson.
Yeah, let's think about when Roman won the title in 2016. Remember, we went to that WrestleMania. It stunk, and Roman stunk. The main event was him versus Triple H, and it was super low. We left in the middle of the main event. What did they do immediately to establish a new champion, right? Like, because this was the first time Roman was really champion. Like, you've got the ball, you won the main event, you're off and running. They gave him AJ Styles, a guy who knows how to wrestle, a guy who's been around the block, an established wrestler who was like newer to the company. So they need to give Cody, they can't give Cody like The Miz or somebody. Like, they have to give Cody like a good wrestler who's going to have good matches. Like, it can't be Seth Rollins either. So it needs to be somebody, and I don't know who. Maybe it can't be Drew.
Sorry.
Maybe Gunther. I mean, he just seems like a good fit.
What about? I agree with that, but I feel like it'd be a waste to give Gunther right now. What about having the first one? Because
or Jey Uso.
Austin Theory.
Austin Theory is not a bad idea, but isn't he going to be the U.S. champion?
Yeah, but I think Cody needs a good win first. And I don't want to win against Jey Uso because I think Jey Uso and Sammy should run for the rest of the year.
What if it is AJ Styles? AJ comes back from injury and the night after WrestleMania and challenges Cody.
That'd be cool. I guess that would be cool. I'm not mad at that. I guess I just want him, like, because I think Austin Theory has a good claim. He's going to beat John Cena.
Yeah, he's fucked.
What do you mean? Why are you saying he's fucked?
I'm just saying that promo last week, I've been thinking about it. John Cena buried him in a way that isn't like he can't come back from that. I mean, he can. They're going to have to figure out a way to do it, but like it's normally like
it wasn't undressing.
Yeah, because Cena even took it to the point of being like, even if you do beat me, you're still a loser. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, there was no way. Cena covered every possible avenue.
Roy, you're getting called out in the chat.
Uh-oh.
You want to hear who's coming after you?
Yeah,
who's coming after you harder than anyone's ever. Like, this is reserved for coming after me. This is reserved, this type of intensity. Woodsy.
I figured it was Woodsy. What's he saying?
Why am I not surprised that AEW shill doesn't like character work? Would you rather have LA Knight hit 12 super kicks, 15 knees, and no selling finishers? Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Woodsy, Jesus Christmas.
I'm punch drunk.
The rest of us.
I'm punch drunk.
I want a piece of this too. Come on. You're taking it all for yourself.
Character work. Woodsy, is your favorite wrestler Bray Wyatt?
Oh, come
I bet it is.
Don't shut your mouth. You're being a jerk.
Oh yeah, I love character work.
No, but LA Knight is great. Honestly, I did not like him in NXT at all.
Yeah, I didn't like him.
I didn't pay attention to him at all as Eli Drake.
Yeah,
even though Eli Drake is a better name.
Yeah, than LA Knight. Yeah,
but LA Knight is interesting. I just don't. Yeah, but either way, I think he's great. I think honestly, I see a future with this guy.
Yeah, I hate all wrestlers that have a personality and character. I hate them all.
That makes sense why you like Kenny Omega so much. S says Finn Balor versus Cody.
Oh, that's a good one. That's
actually a really good one because it gets the Judgment Day into that scene. It gets Judgment Day into the title picture, giving them that, and it will give Cody his first win against a good challenger.
Yeah,
when Finn Balor. I don't like Finn Balor in that group, and I hope they kick him out soon.
Well, so that's the thing, right? There's two different ways you can go here. Finn beats Edge at WrestleMania, and then continues to be the leader of that group and then gets elevated to feuding with Cody, or Edge beats Finn Balor and then the group turns on him. One or the other. But
But I
wow.
like that. That's a good
I'm
idea.
shook. I'm shook right now.
From Woodsy?
Yeah.
Yeah, Woodsy, like I appreciate your
I
moxie,
think I need to retire.
but we need to be a little gentler on Roy.
No, it's
Roy
okay.
just had his caught. Roy wants you to play, put your mittens on when you play with Roy because he gets scratched easily, bruises easily. He needs the padded gloves. You need to tickle him like that first before you're able to give him the big pop ups. You know, think a little kitten on its back. That's how you have to treat Roy right now.
That's not true.
You ever play with a kitten, Roy?
Yes, I've played with a kitten before. And
so you know what it's like
are
to
you
play
surprised because a kitten has too much personality for me to
no,
like
I
or
would
associate with?
No, because their claws are really sharp.
It's true. It's true. It's true. No, but you know, the other thing they could do is because they keep doing this. I mean, Cody, for all of Cody, and I don't even think this is necessarily a bad thing, but in every promo Cody has cut, he references AEW, he references the Young Bucks, he references his time on the indie scene, he references like those are the things he always references. So maybe there is a three-way feud between Finn Balor, AJ Styles, and Cody, three like leaders of the Bullet Club. I mean, that's also an option too. Although Cody was never the leader of the Bullet Club, technically.
Going immediately into a three-way always feels kind of cheap to me. Because I'm just like, hey, let's have them have a solid singles win first, just so we could see, hey, they deserve it.
Right.
So, but I don't mind the idea of it because, like, that's interesting because of Cody, Finn Balor, and AJ Styles, and I like that pairing. And they're all Bullet Club.
Right. They're all leaders of the Bullet Club. Technically, Cody wasn't technically the leader. Kenny always was, but
I think that would be a fun SummerSlam to build to.
Yeah, but then at SummerSlam, I like the idea of I had a rock in my slipper. I like the idea of Cody versus Gunther at SummerSlam.
Yeah,
but you want Cody versus Gunther at WrestleMania next year.
I do. No, I want Sami Zayn to win next year against. That's right. Well, honestly, I want Sami Zayn to win against Gunther next year.
Right. Yeah, which is a wonderful idea.
I don't know. One who's coming to your side, Roy?
Oh, S.
Sweet S. Sweet
you,
S. You know what S says? When you said, "Oh, you like Bray Wyatt? You like Bray Wyatt?" S writes, "Sick burn hammer. Bray Wyatt is stinky."
Hey, we're all having fun here. We're all having
fun.
Woodsy, you didn't hurt my feelings. You just rocked me a little bit.
You rocked him. Then it's good. We have to rock. We have to get rocked.
Yeah, I have to be grounded.
You've seen how S has treated me sometimes.
That's true. I've seen how S and S and
Thunder. We love
friend of the show Joe Redlitz go at it in the chat as well. It's if Joe was here, Joe would pile on instantly.
And we have so many great people here watching today. So many great people, and none of you have clicked the goddamn like button. My God, what do I have to do? What do I have to do, Roy? Are you?
I thought there was something in my coffee.
Is there something stuck?
There's not. Hey, look at this. Look at this coffee mug I bought yesterday. It's got blue bonnets and it says Texas on it.
Interesting.
Look at.
I think I would like it more, but I feel like there's less. I love the groove, but is there less liquid being held in there now?
Yeah, but that's why I like it because I don't want to have a lot of coffee, so I have a smaller mug with like a nice little groove on it, which
I like the groove, but I wish it was a bigger mug.
Bigger mug.
I just want a bigger mug.
Bigger mug.
So anything else to report from Raw? Or you want to go?
No, we didn't even really like talk, and that's fine because who really cares about Raw?
Do you have the match results at all?
I kept trying.
I just want to see if anyone of note won that I care about because
Owens and Solo Sikoa fought in a street fight, which was probably good.
I did see that match, and it was interesting because Solo Sikoa got a pretty good win.
He won that match, huh?
He won that match, and I'm liking Solo Sikoa. How's Alpha Academy doing these days?
Let's take a look here. So
I know Alpha Academy is almost broken. Did you hear what's happening with Alpha Academy?
I know that Otis might join the male model, whatever.
Which he went missing. He went missing on Monday, and then Chad Gable had to put up signs. Have you seen Otis? And then he found him in a room in a photo shoot.
What?
I don't know.
I love I love Chad Gable.
I love
I
Chad Gable.
love Chad Gable. Chad Gable. And I just love Chad Gable. He should be Ring of Honor heavyweight champion.
And Roy, maybe you'd like to know this, but there's a certain podcaster out there that hates Chad Gable.
Who hates Chad Gable?
Jim
Little Red
Cornette.
Cornette. Why does
Jim Cornette.
why does Jim
Because
Cornette
he
hate
said
Chad Gable?
because he hates the character. And I love the character, and I think
Character's
he's great.
fantastic.
It's amazing.
Fantastic.
It's amazing. Woodsy says you have to say Johnny Gargano is the perfect wrestler to get me to like Red. Woodsy, I would never say that. Johnny Gargano sucks the butt.
Well,
Johnny
speaking
Gargano.
of Johnny Gargano,
Yeah, let's go to
he
NXT.
no, hold on a second.
Oh,
In the opening match of Raw, Damian Priest and Dominic Mysterio beat Johnny Gargano and Dexter Loomis. So, which proves to me that your wish of Johnny Gargano being demoted full time to NXT is not true. He's just
well,
wrestling
he
on
has to have
both
his
shows.
losing tour first before they
Right.
send him on to NXT. So yeah, he's losing a bit now.
Omos threw Brock Lesnar out of the ring after
Did you see that
escaping
segment?
Suplex City. Didn't something weird happen?
Yeah, it was because the thing is, they get in the ring, they face each other, right? And it's a cool sight. Almost versus Brock Lesnar. It's cool to see Brock look that tiny.
Right.
So when they got into face to face, well, chest to face, there was a holy shit chant, a legit holy shit chant because it looked cool. And then he's about to German him and then almost beats him off. He pie faces him and tries to throw him over the rope. Brock could get thrown over the rope. Brock
sure.
is agile enough. He's
For
good.
sure.
Remember
Yeah.
that Claymore kick over the top rope at the Royal Rumble?
Yeah, he's thrown himself over the
Beautiful.
top rope many times.
And but accidentally too.
Yeah,
But almost
right.
just doesn't have the rhythm. He doesn't have the rhythm, so he just pushes him too soon, and Brock wasn't ready for it. And they're just kind of like, you never see Brock get flustered with that type of thing, but he had to throw him twice, and then Brock kind of adjusted. Everyone's just like silent because it looked bad.
Yeah. Well, you thinking about it, I don't think Brock has wrestled a bad wrestler in like a decade. Ever since Brock has come back as like a part-time wrestler, he only wrestles the best. I mean, even like Finn Balor, Samoa Joe. I mean, I guess he had to wrestle Braun Strowman a bunch of times.
He had to fight Braun Strowman. He had to fight old Undertaker.
Yeah.
He had to fight old Kane. He had to fight old Big Show.
That's a fair point.
He was doing a lot of the legwork. Literally,
yeah.
He's squatting all of them.
Have you seen that footage of
like the goddamn
Brock Lesnar? It might not update. There might be more likes.
I saw one. There's only one.
That's good.
There's more of you in here. I see you all.
Have you seen that backstage? There's like this backstage clip. I guess it's before Old Man Undertaker is gonna wrestle Brock, I think. And Brock comes up to him and he just says, "Let's get some," and then slaps Undertaker in the chest.
I love it.
And Undertaker just went, "Yeah. It was great."
One thing that Taker hates more than anything?
Getting slapped in the chest.
He hates chops. Hates them. Did you know that?
No.
Hates chops. Oh, it pisses him off. But yeah.
Bronson Reed also defeated Elias.
Good, very good. Any other results?
Bronson Reed won. Austin
Perfect.
Theory won.
Perfect. Bronson
Rey
Reed.
Mysterio.
What? There's a what?
No, go ahead. Sorry, we were off.
Huh?
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say real quick about Bronson Reed. An interesting person for a Cody victory.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. But that's not a pay-per-view.
You could just throw him up there as someone who's it could be one of the secondary pay-per-views, just to kind of like honestly, after we talked about this, and actually this might work. Roy, oh my God, I just figured it out.
Go for it.
We've talked about this before. And who would be the perfect opponent for Cody moving forward after Roman Reigns?
Omos.
Paul Heyman.
Oh, just in general.
Have Paul Heyman throw people at him. Grab Bronson Reed and just be like, I've taken this gentleman under my wing and we'll see. And just have the next few feuds up until it's Paul Heyman and Gunther. He sides with Imperium. Imagine that. That's something that Paul Heyman could really sink his teeth into. Literally, Paul Heyman with the fake Nazis. Like
Yeah,
that's interesting.
I just worry because they've tried this before and it didn't go well. But it was a long time ago and it was a different regime.
What?
Paul Heyman would take people under his wing. You know, he took Cesaro under his wing. He took Michael McGillicuddy. What's Curtis Axel? Axelmania. He took Ryback. Like he took all these dudes under his wing, and it
He
just
didn't
never went
ask to.
anywhere.
He didn't ask for Ryback. He didn't ask for Michael McGillicuddy.
Yes, he
He
did.
didn't.
He did ask for Curtis Axel,
Maybe. But like
but
the
they
thing
didn't book
is,
it well.
but they didn't book it well. Now this is a different time. And if you could really make a new Heenan family, this
Yeah,
is
of
the time to
course,
do it
of course. Yeah,
against Cody with and having this Heenan family of like with Heyman, Gunther, Imperium, and then a few monsters up until then, Bronson Reed, maybe another big monster, just to have like maybe Dexter Loomis underneath, to have as someone to go against Cody, and just have these people that Paul Heyman is just like, we need, like, you have offended me personally. I would love that.
yeah,
I don't know.
that's a good
Maybe I'm
idea.
old fashioned. Any other review
Maybe I'm
things
old
from Raw?
fashioned. Now let's get to Dynamite. Let's talk Dynamite.
Maybe I'm old. Well, NXT sucked a butt, so we
Did
could talk
it?
about that another day.
I never watched
Uh,
it, but you watch it.
it's hard. It's hard. Honestly, like the things I want to see are Tyler Bate, Carmella Hayes, and Braun Breaker.
Yeah, I like little homie, but she's hurt right now. I think it might be a storyline.
And I don't like
Roxanne
Roxanne Perez.
Perez. I like Roxanne Perez.
Honestly, she needs more time in the oven.
Sure. I think she's good.
She's good. She's definitely good. She's gonna be someone, and she's gonna do cool things, but she's just not ready for this spot. And honestly, what
Mako Satomura.
Sakamura,
Yeah.
she should have won
Well, she's
that
awesome.
championship.
She's
She should be the
awesome.
champion. She made her look so good the other night.
Yeah.
Did you watch that match?
I haven't seen all of it.
That was
I've
an
seen some
NXT
of it.
match. That was last week, I think.
Right, that was last week. I think. I haven't seen all of it. I've seen some of it. She's great. She wrestled on Nitro. That's how long she's been wrestling. She wrestled on Nitro.
And she's 46 years old and can fucking go. And she's got such a cool style. I just want the best things from Mako.
Yeah.
But let's talk about Dynamite.
Let's get to AEW Dynamite. You know, that show that has no character work or no interesting people on it. Yeah, let's get to that.
Yeah, I agree.
You're right. That first segment of the show, no character work whatsoever.
Which one was it? Tell me again.
The Rebar Mitzvah.
Oh, the Rebar Mitzvah. Okay. Do you want to just jump in and talk about this?
I mean, this is the opening segment of the show. And
what are your thoughts? Yeah.
Well, this segment's broken into two, right? There's the Rebar Mitzvah part, which to most people, I'm sure, we're just like, oh, that's just MJF being a heel, whatever. But as like a, Jewish American man, I was like, it's nice to see some representation, and it's nice to see that's like all a shoot. Like that's all legit. Like all of that is kind of what happens when you have a bar mitzvah. Not that I had one. I didn't have one.
You didn't have one?
No, I didn't have the money. We didn't do it. Didn't have the money. Now's the time.
Can we throw you a bar mitzvah?
It's actually very funny. That's a very funny idea.
Oh my God. I'm going to throw you a bar mitzvah.
Instead of my birthday this year, we'll have a bar mitzvah for me. That's very funny.
Ding, 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 bar mitzvah time. We should really throw you a bar mitzvah. That'd be great. So again, I agree entirely. Oh, sorry.
No, I was just going to say that, yeah.
You talk.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, that was the first part of the segment, which was just very good and very silly. Like he was able to stick to the traditions of Judaism while also still getting heat, which was pretty good.
And I just want to say before we get to the next part, because I have mixed feelings about the next part.
I think
this is up until this point, this is a great he has had the belt for a while. But this is the kind of first time that I feel like he's kind of basking in it. I feel like the way he won it didn't feel great. The big Burberry belt, he wasn't himself necessarily just yet. I think he was still kind of figuring it out. This is the first time I saw him be comfortable as the champion, which is, do you see what I'm saying? I felt
completely agree.
Everything else, for the past 2 months, felt a little bit forced MJF. He's really trying to lay it on thick and he's trying to force the situation. This is natural MJF. This is kind of the progression I was expecting after the championship win, but this is perfect. And also what a great match to celebrate for. So yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Uh, 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 one quick thing. Woodsy the Beast says, why are you putting down adult films, Woodsy? Leave them be.
What?
They're great actors in adult films. Why are you trying to
What?
say like, oh, it's better acting in adult films? There's some great acting. Why don't you say it's like, oh, I've seen better acting in Impact, which would be fair.
Woodsy likes Impact.
I like Impact too, but it's bad acting. We have to talk about Impact this week.
I haven't watched it. We'll talk about it. I mean,
Yeah,
it's not on the agenda, but
I'll
we
say a
can.
quick
Yeah.
minute. But then we get to the next part.
Right. So then out comes Jungle Boy first, and
Yeah.
then Sammy Guevara, and then Darby Allin.
Can I just,
Now,
before we get to that, I just want to say, out comes Jungle Boy, says nothing. Out comes Sammy Guevara, says nothing. Out comes Darby Allin, says nothing.
and then they all talk though. They all talk. I mean, it eventually does
Barely.
happen. They all had their
Oh
moment.
no, no, no.
They all
They
had
all
their
had their moment.
moments.
They all had their moment, but if for some reason, and Tony Khan's brain, he thought like, oh, we got to streamline this process. Just like
No,
he
I think
treated it
that
like
was
a
the right
factory.
call. I
You
don't
think
think
that
it's
was
the
the
right
right
call.
call?
Normally someone comes out and then immediately gets interrupted and never gets to talk, but like the moment means so much more when all four of them are in the ring, and then you build slowly. Like it should have been Sammy Guevara, but Sammy, you can't bring out Sammy first because he's a heel. So it needed to be Jungle Boy, and then it was Sammy, and then your biggest pop is Darby, and now it's all
Yeah,
four of them.
I agree with the order. I agree with the order, but like I feel like if Jungle Boy came out because he just won on the pay per view, so it makes sense for him to come out and just be like,
Right.
"Listen,
Right.
we've never finished what we've had settled. You beat me early in Dynamite, and one what I think I've got you now.
And he still
Whatever."
did that. He still said
And
all of that.
he said that, but then have Sammy Guevara come out. So then Sammy Guevara could interrupt him. People give him the booze. They won't necessarily put together the four pillars. And even if they do, have them boo Sammy. Have them cheer for Darby Allin, something. But have Sammy say his piece then. And then Darby Allin interrupts him, huge pop. And then everyone seemed uncomfortable by the fact that they were addressing just MJF, even though there was two other people in the ring. Like, why? They were
Yeah.
just addressing MJF.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there was
Yeah.
two other people in the ring, and it felt clumsy.
Sure. I think it played
No,
well. I think it played for me. I think it played well. I think when I was watching it, I was thinking about you because what's the number one thing you hate when it comes to wrestling? Insider
oh,
lingo and backstage talk.
oh my God!
A lot
When
of that.
Sammy Guevara is saying like, "I'm a job guy for Jericho. I'm just here taking bumps for him." You fucking idiot!
Mm-hmm.
I hate him.
It just felt like AEW does a thing fairly often where they like insult their company. Like they put down aspects of their company, and like Jungle Boy saying like, you've never wrestled on Dark, you've never wrestled on Elevation, you've never wrestled on Rampage. And like it's true he hasn't, but like it just
Why
makes those
say that?
shows look second rate.
Yeah.
And that is a problem. Yeah. And then like a lot of the stuff that Darby said, and like it got the point across, and it was fun and it was exciting, and it felt very different from what they've been doing historically, which made me like excited about it because I just want to see something different. And I'm excited to see where it goes. It wasn't perfect. Sammy's not a great talker. Jungle Boy's not a great talker. Darby is a fine talker. He's not excellent, but he's good. And MJF did play his role perfectly here. He played his role perfectly. Red's frozen. But I mean, we'll see where it
Honestly,
goes.
what I kind of hope
We'll see where it
is
goes.
yeah,
Hey.
hello, you here? You here?
Yeah.
We're here. We're here together
Here
again.
we are.
No, I was gonna say, what I would love here is for them to drag this out a little bit.
Yeah, I think
Like
they
they
will.
have three challengers here. No, but they have three challengers, and we love the idea of. I do love the idea of a four-way match, but they give that to us a lot.
They give us multi-man matches a lot.
They would play
Four ways.
MJF being like, "Oh, neither of you deserve it. Give us." No, but I just either way, like, give us a triple threat first. The three pillars trying to go after the fourth, and see what happens there, and kind of
Yeah,
pull it
sure.
out, and have him kind of constantly pulling the rug underneath them. I'd like that. Maybe I'm
Yeah.
crazy.
No, I don't think you're crazy. I think that's a good call.
Brooklyn Bleak is in the chat.
Brooklyn Bleak is here.
Brooklyn Bleak says Darby screaming about Twitter whining backstage. You think that's a good look for a babyface?
No, I think I don't like the insider the insider talk. Like I don't like it. I don't think that's great.
Yeah, but you said that about Dark and Elevation too, lol. It's just not good. I don't like him talking about them derogatorily. And yeah, there's a lot of people talking shit about the company on TV. So it also the constant reference. Yeah, I don't know. It just looks second rate. But I'm excited for the possibilities from this match, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It feels different. It feels exciting, and it's not like you're an AEW guy versus one of these like established WWE guys. Like it's like four homegrown guys who've been there since the beginning. Like it's just gonna feel different. It's gonna be a different type of match, and I'm excited for it. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm excited for it as well. I'm excited for it as well. Yeah. What else happened in AEW Dynamite?
Oh, let's see. Let's see. Well, first match of the night was then Hangman and the Dark Order versus the Blackpool Combat Club. Welcome back, Stu Grayson. Welcome back, Stu Grayson.
Stu Grayson's back, and thank God, honestly, because ever since he left, Dark Order has felt like shit.
Yeah, sure.
And I will say it's because him and Uno are the better tag.
Absolutely.
Like I like Reynolds and Silver, but honestly, unfortunately, they're one-trick ponies. They're one-trick ponies, and I think I've seen their match before, and I get it. And neither one of them are kind of taking charge the way I want them to, and neither one of them are given the opportunity either.
Sure.
But I feel like Uno and Grayson make a lot of sense. I want Uno to go back to that leather jacket, though. That not the leather jacket, the full body piece. I don't like this. I don't like this.
Bare chested all day long. Let's go. I love it.
I would be fine with it. I'm not saying that everyone has to look the same. I don't think so. I hate that. I love the way Samoa Joe looks. Samoa Joe looks like he's built to last. He looks like he could take a hit by a truck. Uno does not. Uno with his shirt off looks far worse than with his shirt on. And I'm not saying everyone has to look like. I love Bronson Reed. I love these big dudes that are big and floppy. I love Big Daddy V. You know how much I love Big Daddy V. Did I ever tell you this, Roy?
No.
Did I ever tell you much I love?
Like
Big you
love every iteration of Big Daddy
when they
V?
took that shirt off of Viscera and called him Big Daddy V, give him them big floppers. Man, I love that dude. I think he's that's a great look. That was a great look. He was so extraordinary. But with Evil Uno, he looks less impressive. He looks less intimidating. He looks like someone like I'd slap the shit out of that guy. He's not gonna fight back.
Are gonna have an issue with my Hall of Fame induction this week.
Oh, his tits? You put his tits in the Hall of Fame?
Hey, that's rude. Come on.
Wait, what's wrong? I have tits. There's nothing wrong with tits. Whoa, Big Daddy V. Big Daddy V had the greatest tits of all time. Let's not forget in wrestling, Big Daddy V reigns supreme. Oh, I have to stop screaming. That's fair. That is fair.
Oh boy. Well, anyway, this was a good match.
So
this was a very good match with a lot of great energy. Grayson looked great. I'm very happy Stu is back. And I just love I love the Blackpool Combat Club as heels. I love them as heels because they're just ultra aggressive assholes who just beat the shit out of people mercilessly. I really like it.
I don't want them to run away though. I want them not to run away.
Yeah,
they should not run away from Silver and Reynolds. Honestly, they should have stayed in the ring and continued the beat. I think they should show that, like, almost like Vader. Vader in WCW didn't run from a fight. When he was in WWF, he ran.
Yeah.
And these guys they would never run they want the fight. They're the Blackpool Combat Club. They should want the fight.
And then we had after that, and we'll probably talk a little bit more about that later because of the end of the show. Jade Cargill beats Nicole Matthews in a big squash, which is nice. And then Taya, thank you. Taya Valkyrie debuts, which is, I think, exciting.
Does a better glam slam than Jade. You saw that glam slam she did? Does a
Mm-hmm.
far better glam slam. Honestly, this is what Jade has needed for a while. I know they want to do Chris Statlander, and
It should be
it,
her.
but the thing is, like, I like Chris Statlander, but she needs seasoned people to work with too. She's not great yet either. She's not good enough to face Jade and have it be a really good match. Taya can.
Yeah, but you don't think Taya should win? You think Taya?
I would like for them to have a longer feud than they're going to give them. The
Yeah,
thing is, I would love for her to get screwed out so they could have another match down the line, maybe another couple matches or something, just to give Jade someone to work with that is smart and could teach her something. I don't think Chris is going to be able to teach her a whole lot. I think Taya can.
yeah, yeah. I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree with that. So you think they should have multiple matches?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they should have at least 3 matches. Why bring in Taya Valkyrie if you're going to have her lose immediately? I don't understand bringing people in just to have them lose.
Yeah, she won her first match on Rampage. We're not going to go over Rampage in detail, but I just want to say that if you ever find the time, Woodsy's going to hate this because it's wrestling related, but if you ever find the time, it's so much fun now. Now we're in a feud. Now we're feuding.
You're feuding.
Powerhouse Hobbs and Phoenix had the best TNT title match in the last 9 months. They had an excellent match on Rampage.
Yeah,
you're not gonna watch it either, but that's fine. Anyway,
I just like I like the thing is I don't care because it's not like a match that I haven't seen Phoenix in months, so he's got zero
Phoenix in
heat.
months.
He has zero heat.
He's wrestled multiple times over the last month.
Where?
You've seen him wrestle multiple times.
Where?
On AEW, dog.
AEW Dark Elevation. Where?
No, he's been on Dynamite.
He hasn't been on since he lost the trios titles.
That's not true. Is that
Where?
true?
What is he? Yeah.
I'm trying to remember.
That's
Well, he wrestled
2 months ago.
He wrestled on the pre-show for Revolution.
Oh, the pre-show. Oh yeah.
All right, let's relax. Let's relax here.
Pre-show.
Let's relax.
No, Phoenix. Honestly, if they just give me a match with no heat, I don't care. I like the thing is like Hobbs has to be have Hobbs versus Christian or Hobbs versus some. Not Christian,
so you want to have
someone,
Hobbs versus Christian? So
no, I don't want Hobbs.
Who
versus
loses
Christian.
that match?
I don't want Hobbs versus Christian. I was just saying someone with some heat to them, someone with something. Have Hobbs beat the shit out of Jack Swagger. I don't care. Just give me someone that's been on TV. Don't give me someone that
has Jack Swagger been on TV.
Yeah, he's in the dumb hat and he's always on TV. He's always on. He's on TV too much.
It's on TV too much.
I don't like that. And Hobbs, did we get to the part where Hobbs is in the back with QTV?
No, we're getting there.
All right.
But next we get Orange Cassidy versus Jeff Jarrett. This may be the best Jeff Jarrett's ever been, ever. And he's in his 50s.
He should have won.
He should have won. He
should have won.
I'm not saying he should have won necessarily automatically, but I think if he had won, it would have been just fine. It would have been cool.
Honestly, the thing is, Orange Cassidy.
You are so anti Orange Cassidy right now.
No, because the thing is, Orange Cassidy, the guy, talented guy, the character and it's up to the other wrestler to make it interesting now. It's no longer interesting when he's just doing it. It takes the other wrestler to kind of try to figure out how to make it funny or make it different. Like Jeff Jarrett had to do the kicks in this one. And the thing is, I appreciate Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett could have great matches with anyone. Orange Cassidy needs the other guy to interact with his shtick in order for he does. He does.
Jeff Jarrett can't have great matches with anyone.
Jeff Jarrett can have great matches with anyone on an AEW roster. Yes.
Maybe.
They're all young and athletic, and
yeah.
They need to listen to someone, and they have to listen to him because he can't do the shit they do.
I think Orange Cassidy has consistently been having very good matches, but Orange Cassidy, as a guy who just comes and wrestles week after week, doesn't really work for me. He needs to be in a feud with someone. Some of the best work he did in AEW was his feud with Jericho. The reason for that is because the reason for that.
I think I went blind in my left eye when you said that.
Look, I'm not saying it was perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but it allowed him to be in different scenarios. Like if he's just doing the same shtick every week in like just against a different opponent, but never in an interview segment, never in any sort of like gimmick segment.
Because in an interview segment, he's never been good. It's never, ever been good. And I don't think that's disputable. He has never, ever been good. He's never been able to sell his gimmick the same way he's able to sell it in the ring. He can't do it on the microphone. He doesn't understand that less is more, that he has to have some emphasis on things to make it sound somewhat interesting. Him sounding bored isn't working on the mic. Him being bored in the ring is funny and cute, but like the mic does not work. And so like I don't want to see him in anything. Honestly, he has to change his character, and they have to stop treating him like he's invincible, because it makes no sense. It's making everyone look bad.
I mean, invincible.
The fact that he's winning with minimal effort every single match.
When he's winning with minimal effort.
There are times when the other person is just standing around waiting for him to do his little thing, and it's a little embarrassing sometimes when the other guy doesn't know how to do it. We got comments here. Brooklyn Bleak says Jacob Fatu shocked me by what he does with versus size. Mac, who fought Brian Cage too. I always forget his first name. Willie Mack. We love Willie Mack, right? We love.
Do you like Willie Mack? Yeah.
Woodsy says hitting a bunch of super kicks is sports entertainment, not wrestling. Damn straight, Woodsy. That's 100%. That's the definition of sports entertainment, is doing no, actually, no, it's not. It's not. It's more, it's play fighting, or it's like rough housing. I don't know what to call it.
That's what sports entertainment is. Kicks. Play fighting.
No, I'm saying doing a bunch of super kicks and not selling them or something is just not even, it's just dumb. It's just dumb. I think we could all agree on that. S says a great match creates its own heat. The match quality is the heat. No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. That is not true.
That can be true. That can be true.
Patently not true.
Okay, let me ask you this. You're going to disagree with this, but I'm going to ask you it anyway. When Bandito had never been on AEW TV before and debuted against Chris Jericho, that match tore the house down and generated its own heat because the match was spectacular.
Chris Jericho generated the heat.
How?
During the match.
Yeah, so did Bandito during the match. The heat was generated during the match.
Heat is generated not by match quality. Heat is generated by specific moments in the match to generate heat. You could have a poor quality match with a lot of heat.
Sure, of course. But I'm saying...
Yeah, but just having a good quality match does not generate heat. You could have an amazing match with zero heat.
Okay, fine. But
heat
you can have both,
the specific segments in matches to generate the heat. You can't just have a good match and expect to have heat. That doesn't make sense.
What I'm saying and what S is saying is that, yes, fine, Jericho can generate the heat. That's fine. But like Powerhouse Hobbs and Phoenix can also generate heat and still have a really good match and can make it. Define heat. Define heat.
Turns, changes in the match, angles,
good or bad.
What? Good or bad?
Good or bad.
Good or bad.
So a huge reaction from a crowd during a match, is that not heat?
That's a pop.
But I'm saying
you could get a pop from
a sustained reaction.
No. You could jump off the top of a giant ladder and it's a huge reaction that might have the crowd buzzing for a while after. But that's not heat. Heat is a thing. He is a different thing than a pop, and I think that's the confusion. These big matches aren't. There was no heat in that 7-match series. No heat. It was pops. There was some enthusiasm. No heat. No heat going into the match. The only thing that was generating heat was the dumb hammer.
No. You're just wrong, though. You're just wrong.
Dumb.
You're completely wrong, and you've always been wrong.
With those matches,
when it comes to the Young Bucks and the Elite, you're just
been wrong.
Because you hate them, you don't like the way that they wrestle, and you don't give them a chance because of it. And look, this may have been an isolated scenario. What's funny is because we're lagging with one another, so we're completely off. But if you go back and you watch the second or third match in that series, they're in Chicago and all the Bucks are doing is generating heat. The whole match.
Wait. With the second or third of the 7 matches. So they had 7 matches, and the second, third one was a good one. The second
You
or
just
third one, which one was the
continue to
good one? I
believe
want to make
because
sure I
all
watch
you do
because
is
I do
spend
not
your
want to
time
go
and
through
listen
an
to Jim
hour.
Cornette, and all you do is regurgitate Jim Cornette
I do
concepts
not.
on
That's not
this
true.
show.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's why I love Chad Gable so much. He wants him to go to hell. He wants him to get hit by a car. I want Chad Gable to succeed and be everything I've ever dreamed of Chad Gable. I love Chad Gable. There's a lot of people that disagree with. I don't think Jim Cornette is right about a lot of people, but he happens to be right about my opinion. That is, Young Bucks suck butt. No, Matt Jackson sucks butt, and he brings out the worst in everyone he touches. We have to bring up some of these comments here. S writes, "Hammer bringing the heat today." Yeah, someone set this hammer on fire.
I had
Yeah, it's the
coffee.
coffee. Look at us with our coffee. But yeah, where were we? We were talking about heat. How would he get here?
Honestly have no clue about the difference between a heat and a pop. But here's what I'm saying. Hear me out on this.
I could talk about it. Yeah.
So you're saying to me that any match, like, okay, for example, Cody debuting at WrestleMania and fighting Seth Rollins last year. That match got a big pop, but had no heat.
Yeah, I had no heat going in. No.
But
I know it did. It did because of the allure that Cody was going to be there. That was the heat generating. That was the heat generating thing. It's just like, oh my God, is he going to show up? We're expecting him to show up. He's not under contract with AEW. Is he going to be there? That was the heat generating. Once he showed up, he got the pop, but the heat was already there. And Seth Rollins, even though I hate him as a character, is a heat magnet because people really despised him, his personality. So he could just get heat. And so when he starts laughing and hurting you and he's laughing like that, that's a heat generating response. People want to see him get his comeuppance. So like it's kind of like that. You want to, I think of heat as the want for a reaction or a want for a reprisal. It's something like, oh, I need this to change. That's heat.
So then we got to keep going. Did
I just get you?
No, you didn't. Because I keep thinking of different examples, but I could just talk about this forever.
We could talk about this forever.
And we have a lot of other things
we have to move on.
About.
We have so many. We're going to get in this argument forever.
Yeah.
We'll get in this argument in the next show.
Yeah, we will. We sure will. Then the Outcasts did their thing. And this is another example of like, are they getting heat? You don't think they're getting heat. I think they're getting heat.
Oh, no. Who says that? I don't think that they're getting heat.
You think they're getting go away heat. That's what you told me. You told me that they were getting go away heat.
I'm saying Saraya is getting go away heat. I think Ruby Soho is doing great up until when she wrestles and gives every single person the match of a lifetime.
Yeah.
Where she just needs to, all three of them need squash matches to show off what they could do. Sky Blue should not get more than a forearm. Like Ruby Soho should demolish Sky Blue because Sky Blue is not ready. And if you're gonna have her on the show, have her get other people over.
I'm just worried because Tony Storm's fighting Sky Blue the next week, and I feel like you might turn the channel when that happens.
No, I love Tony Storm, and I'm sure she could pull a good match out of. But the thing is, Sky Blue, her offense looks like shit. Tony Storm, it should just demolish her because she could go, and she's like, that would be great if she could just squash her and just show like, oh, these entitled, homegrown stars. That's all they are, is entitled, and I deserve this, and that's how you show it. That's how you show it.
Yeah,
I don't know, but I'm curious about it.
Who like where do you go with this?
That's hard because the thing is, where do I go with this? Where do I see them going with this?
Because ultimately, you need each trio needs a fourth person.
Yeah.
So I mean, who's your fourth person? Because I think this is leading to a blood and guts match. I think this is legitimately leading to a blood and guts.
God, that'd be bad. Why? Because because I don't want to see Willow or Sky Blue in.
Well, hold on a second. That's why we're talking about this. I think Thunder Rosa comes back and joins the Outcasts, and I think Sheeta comes back and joins Britt and the other two.
I I'd rather them just have good matches rather than
Wait,
being put into big gimmick matches. I'd rather
wait, they don't
see
have a third.
I would rather just see Ruby versus Britt or see Tony versus Hater or like that. Like I don't want any more giant mash 'em up
You're
matches
gonna
that don't make
have a
sense.
blood and guts this year, and you might as well make
I'm just
it
saying,
a
if you're
women's blood and
asking me what I
guts.
want,
Yeah.
if you ask me what I want is for there to be a blood and guts match when it makes sense to have one. The thing is, I
Are
don't
they
think it's
not on
sense.
the
I don't
path?
think it.
Are they not on the path right now? If a blood and guts match is going to be in July, you don't think they're on the path here?
I don't think the performers are able to do it. Like, because I've seen Ruby Soho in some of these hardcore matches, and she's kind of sucked. And Britt Baker has kind of sucked in them. Maybe Jamie Hayter and Tony can do a good job. I haven't seen them. Soraya, maybe, I don't know, but she hasn't shown me a lot so far.
Britt Baker had probably the best hardcore match in the history of the company with Thunder Rosa.
I rewatched that not too long ago. So and it's not very good.
It's good. It's excellent.
It's bloody, and there's a lot of bloody
They tell a
spots in it.
story.
And
They tell an actual story in that match. You
I,
gotta
the one during the pandemic, the one early to
yes,
2021,
yes. There is a story being
and
told in that
the
match.
lights out match
Yes,
was the lights out.
yes.
If you're constantly kind of waiting for the other person to set up your next spot, where you're like waiting for them to pull up the boards, and the thing is, that's not telling a story. That's a
There were
pause
no
in the story.
boards in that
That
match.
that's like you're writing a book. If you're telling a story and you're writing a book and
I
you're on
don't
this
believe
chapter
you.
and things are about to get
I just
intense,
don't believe
and they're
you.
just like this. They're like, just read something else for 5 pages. So we could set this up.
I
We had
need
to
to
set up a lot of
know
stuff. So just wait for
the
5 pages, and then we'll be right back.
I need to know the date and location that you watched this match recently. When you said you recently went back
Maybe
and rewatched it,
a
give
few
me a
months
break.
ago. A few months ago, I
How?
feel. I
How?
don't know.
I don't
It didn't.
believe you.
Oh, one I remembered. One I did. I watched my thoughts on it when it came out on an old a
When you
loser
didn't
leaves
like it,
wrestling.
when you didn't like it, then
Well, it refreshed my memory.
about how much you didn't like it.
I was just bloody. Moet loved it. Uncle Moet loved it. Uncle Moet loves the gore. I don't want
Yeah,
to
so do I.
see watching people blade.
Are you
I
another one
want
of those
to.
people that doesn't want to see women bleed?
No. I don't mind it. I just don't want to see them do it because they don't know how to hide it.
You didn't. You
Yes, that's actually a thing. It just you have to hide it.
yeah, that's fine, but like, I just whatever. We're talking about
It's those
something
little
that neither
things
of us
that
have seen in years.
that's
So
fair. We got Esther saying, do you think that the plan is to eventually have Jade battle the Outcast? She's the ultimate homegrown AEW star.
that's interesting. That's really
Um,
interesting.
that's interesting, but like like Jade is in trouble for me.
I'd keep her
Jade is in
away
a
from
lot of
all of that.
trouble.
Yeah.
Jade's already in a lot of trouble. Like I can't. I have no idea what to do with Jade, and she doesn't seem to be happy with the things that she's doing, and I have no idea where to go from here. She seems very lost in the woods, and it's a shame because I think Jade has a lot of potential, but she's not getting any younger.
Yeah.
She's in her what is she, 37, 38?
No.
Yeah, she's got a kid, she's got a family,
She got a
she's been
young
an
kid.
athlete for a long time. What? She's got like a 10-year-old kid.
She's 30.
No.
Yeah, she's 30.
Okay, so she's got some time ahead of her.
Yeah.
I just but for her experience level, she needs a lot of work.
Yeah.
Um Woodsy says, I say you make Rampage exclusive women's trio title. Wait, what? Woodsy, I say you make a Rampage exclusive women's trio title. Okay. He's being a jerk. I'm a feeling that Woodsy's being a jerk. But I
I think
love it. I love the
I think
moxie.
it's a good idea, Woodsy.
One what we do,
Bring
actually,
it
that's a good
on.
point. We need a title for every other wrestler on so like whenever you see a wrestler, the other one should have a title. I think there should be titles. There should be one. They should have a match. Like ball pits, Roy.
Yeah.
When you go to a kid's playhouse, like they have ball pits, you should have one just filled with championship titles, and you get thrown in, and you get to wrestle around these championship titles, and then you get up and you have like 4 or 5, and now you're the new, Colombian champion, and you're the new Northeastern Iceland champion, and you get all these championships, which would be really cool. Um, We have a new person in the chat, Roy. We have Superman Bass Fisher. Let's
Oh
go.
yeah.
There's a site for all MMA, AEW, WWE events, shows, etc. What is that site, Superman Bass Fisher? We'd love to
I
hear
want
it.
to hear it.
Please share with us.
Absolutely.
Roy, how upset
I'm
of me
fired
are
up.
you?
I'm
You seem
fired up.
pretty
We're not
furious
even
right
going to
now.
talk about the
Yeah, I
main
can
event of
see it.
Dynamite because it's just going to be a waste of time for
What's the main
everybody.
event? What's the main
The
event?
trios title match, which I don't even need to hear you insulting it, even though it was an excellent match that told an excellent story. Let's just keep going to something that
Yeah,
we
tell me
can.
the story. Can
Let's just
you
keep going.
summarize that story?
Let's just keep going to a show that we
Okay.
both agree is good, which is Ring of Honor.
Impact. I actually did not see Ring of Honor this week.
All right. We'll talk about it. We'll talk
I
about it.
just want to say one thing about Impact. Can I say one thing
Please,
about
please,
Impact?
please.
Impact, you gotta watch the show and just get to the parts with Santino Marella. This week, Santino, you know who visited Santino Marella this week?
I saw somebody, one of the
Vladimir
interns
Kozlov.
tweeted about how great Santino is.
Santino's great. Vladimir Kozlov's was fun just to see him there. And he just brings a life to those backstage segments that no other show has. And I will say it, he is my favorite non-playable character in wrestling today.
That's what that meant. Got it.
Yeah, NPC.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Ring of Honor. I'm gonna watch it actually. I'm gonna watch it. I should have watched it yesterday.
Yeah, it was just a good show. Ring of Honor consistently has been very good. There's time for wrestling. The show is well paced. There's time for character development. The show feels balanced. I think Athena's doing great work. I think Wheeler Yuta's doing great work. They're continuing to build to Eddie versus Claudio, which is great. I like the idea of Matt Sydal and Christopher Daniels being a tag team again. They were Ring of Honor tag team champions in 2006, and it's a nice little callback. They
Matt
also
Sydal
did Christopher Daniels.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
They also did a really excellent job telling the story of Mark Briscoe's pursuit for the Ring of Honor television title and how it's like spanned multiple years and how every time he's fought for the TV title, he's lost. And also like kind of tying back Samoa Joe and Mark Briscoe's history together. So it's exciting.
Yeah. I love Mark Briscoe, and I do feel like he should be fighting for a bigger championship. But I think him and Joe will have a fun match, and Joe's gonna put him over. He has to, right? Can we all agree that he has to?
Yeah.
And do we see Mark Briscoe going to the main roster? Let's call it the main roster.
I think he's going to
right?
kind of bounce around a little bit, but I would imagine that he's going to be spending a lot of time in Ring of Honor.
I think Mark Briscoe versus MJF is money.
Sure.
Absolute money. Because look at them together. You know, like literal elitists versus white trash.
Yeah.
I don't know. Woodsy says, in reference to the Rampage exclusive women's trio title, Woodsy says, no, I'm actually being honest with the third show on the way AEW has to start making belts exclusive to shows. I think it would be great if they could make exclusive to shows where the TBS title fights on TBS and the TNT title fights on TNT and never on pay-per-view. S writes, I want the Death Dolls in AEW, Rampage Women's Trios champs. Who's the Death Dolls, Roy?
They wrestled Ring of Honor. They did. Let me see.
Superman Bass Fisher, our good friend. Superman Bass Fisher, we love you.
Yes,
thanks for joining the chat.
They're Impact, and one of them was Ty Valkyrie. And it's Ty Valkyrie, Rosemary.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Ty Valkyrie's still on Impact, by the way.
Well, they taped their
still
shows.
On Impact. Superman Bass Fisher says it has all the shows on it for a while back. What is where is this Superman Bass Fisher? We want to know.
Yeah, tell us about it.
Brooklyn Bleak says now that Ty is in AEW now too, yeah, they could pair up Abaddon back with Rosemary. Don't do it.
Abaddon was with Rosemary at one point.
Please don't bring Abaddon back to this company. Please don't bring.
Maybe she's working really hard behind the scenes to be a better wrestler.
I'm sure she's working. That character's got to go. That character's got to go. Brooklyn Bleak says, I haven't seen Ring of Honor yet either. You should watch. It's a great show.
Great.
And we're going to watch
it. It's really good.
Superman Bastard says I could switch to a different account if yous are a little choked with the name. What are you talking about, Superman Bass Fisher?
No, it's
No,
a
no,
great
keep the
name.
name.
We love
We
it.
love, we
It's
love
a
your name,
great
Superman
name.
Bass Fisher.
Yeah.
Oh, then they changed to One Man of Steel One. How's this? And then
Also
did that,
good.
and then put,
Also
and then
good.
they put Taya Heart face, Heart. We love
Yeah.
Taya. Thank you,
Ty is
One Man
great.
of Steel. Hey,
Ty
One
is
Man
great.
of Steel. Thanks for joining the chat.
Yeah.
Want to
Thanks for
what?
hanging.
Want to what? I'm trying not to use too much internet right now because I don't want everything to go glitchy. But I think Superman Bastard should deserve something, right, Roy?
Give it to him. Damn. Little honk honk
Right?
right there. Little
Hello
honk
there.
honk.
Hello there. Hello there.
There we go. We got him in.
Uh,
We got him in. All right.
Great. Well,
We have
let's
to keep moving on.
yeah, Jazz. I know we were going to talk about SmackDown, but I think we can just skip over SmackDown and go right to the news since we kind of just talked all WWE and it's all
Yeah,
kind
we
of there.
talk all WWE all
Yeah.
the time.
So let's get into the
Um,
news, Red.
We got a lot of fun news items here for you. We got a lot of fun news items. By the way, Woodsy says, "Is Abaddon the one that died in the ring?" Uh,
I'm sorry.
I
What?
don't know, but I don't know. One Man of Steel, one or Superman Bass Fisher. Can you go back to Superman Bass Fisher? I really like that name. Right, Roy?
It's a good
One
name.
Man of Steel, one is fine, but Superman Bass Fisher
Superman
is
Bass
great.
Fisher.
My pleasure, guys. Haha. Thanks so much, Superman Bass Fisher. We love you.
Yeah. Love it.
Okay, we have to get to the news because
Let's do it.
we're getting in here. Um, First news items of the day, Roy. First news item of the day, and this is a good conversation topic too: gambling and wrestling.
Oh, is that what this
So,
was? Yes.
yeah, have you heard about the whole thing that's going on where WWE has been lobbying certain state officials to try and get gambling legal in specific states, Indiana being one of them, and a few others. And they want to make it so similar to the Oscars, where they have the results well ahead of time and they submit it to the state officials months before that actual match. And then that's how they're going to be allowed to do this. This is a terrible idea, right, Roy? We should not
Horrible
allow
idea.
this.
Horrible idea. Terrible, terrible, terrible idea. Yes.
Roy, what happens if someone gets injured?
Right.
Do they
Right.
still win the match?
Right.
Do they do they have them like Big E's supposed to win a match next week? Like,
Right.
yikes.
Right.
He just broke his neck. There's that, because the thing is, if you set it in stone like that, if you don't provide that answer and it changes, you're liable for something, I'm sure.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah. I would assume so. Yeah.
It's
I
going to
don't know.
ruin creative. It's
Yeah.
going to ruin everything. I can't imagine how this would work, dude.
I can't imagine. I mean, it would work the way you're describing it, but I can't imagine it going well. And I can't imagine it like being good for wrestling, which they don't
Yeah.
care about anyway. But yeah. It's
You
not
know the
good.
reason they're doing this, right?
To generate more money for a sale. Right?
To generate more interest for the sale. Like, hey, look, there's gambling associated with this
Right.
too. Look at all the streams of income you could have. But I don't know if it's going to work. But I think I can say LLW and speak for Ding Dong, Ding 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 Incorporated, Ding Dong Incorporated,
Ding Dong Inc.
Ding 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 LLC. I speak for the company because that's protected. Stupid WWE big dummies,
really big dumb idiots,
fucking assholes. But yeah, so we're not a fan of that. Let's move on to the next piece of news.
Let's go
next piece
for
of
it.
news there. Jazz is doing a great job. I don't know
Great
if
job.
we all noticed.
Trying to keep up with us yelling at each other.
Davey Richards has retired from the ring after allegations of. Have you heard about this?
I haven't. I have not.
Oh, Davey Richards' recent allegations of domestic violence and cocaine use, and a bunch of wrestling organizations have broken connection with him. Impact and a few others, like smaller ones. And he said, and I think, like, while things are still coming out about what's going on, he's at least handling it in a responsible way, saying, I'm going to take time away from the ring because I don't want to be a distraction to wrestling or any of the wrestlers. I want to focus on these things, and I'm going to take time away from the ring, not trying to do the Joey Ryan thing of like, oh, I didn't do anything wrong, I'm going to go still fight matches, please book me. Like, he's like, hey, I may have fucked up. Let me get away from this because obviously he has a problem, right?
Sure.
And he should
Sure.
get away from the ring.
I didn't know this.
I
This
like
is
Davey
all current.
Richards historically,
This isn't.
this is
Yeah.
all within the past week, and it's really a shame because I like Davey Richards, but someone's got to answer for bad things, and if he's doing bad things, he's got to answer for it.
100%. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. He's yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. Sucks. It's a bummer.
Yeah. No good things about that.
But I think
No
you're
good
right.
things
I
about
think
that.
he did probably
But
handle it the right way by getting out of there
of
and
all
not
the
trying to draw more attention to himself.
of all the wrestlers out there that do scummy things, usually they handle it terribly. And
Yeah.
at least he's a wrestler that's doing scummy things, and he's like, "Hey, I'm going to step away from the ring and deal with this privately or with
Yep.
the person," rather than, "Hey, they're wrong, they're pieces of shit," like doing all the bad guy things of
Right.
being more bad. Um, let's move on to the next one though. I've got
Let's do it.
some good. This is interesting. Next slide there, Jazz. Great job, Jazz.
Next slide, Jazz.
We got AEW has fined Soraya. Did you hear about this?
I didn't hear about this.
That promo that we talked about
Yeah.
with Ruby, Tony, and Soraya, she said she called them the fans
Oh, twats.
fat neck bearded twats.
Yeah.
Fat neck bearded twats, and she got fined for that. And apparently, the AEW is taking this much more seriously after the whole thing with MJF. MJF really spoiled the soup with throwing tequila in that kid's face.
Are we confirmed? Is it confirmed that it's tequila?
Yeah, it was tequila. He didn't smell it. He didn't realize.
That was just such a big cup.
Yeah. The mom came in, bought a cup of soda, emptied it out, and put tequila in there. I would do the same thing. Like, it's just good business. And he threw it directly into that kid's eyes. It's terrible. It was a bad thing, but it was pretty funny. But she got fined for that. But after that happened,
MJF throws tequila on a
but
child.
even so, like there was that. It's real. But the thing is, Roy, like they're getting much more careful about. Did you notice this past AEW Dynamite how many things were bleeped out?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, they're
Curses were
starting
bleeped
to
out.
do
Regular
that though.
shit
They
was
can't.
bleeped out.
Yeah, they can't say shit anymore. They bleep it out.
Shit's bleeped out. Bitches bleeped out. Twat is more offensive in other countries.
Twat is less offensive in other countries than it is here. I think it's less offensive.
Is twat bad?
Twat is bad. Twat is definitely very bad. It's not bad.
Okay. Yeah.
Twat's bad. Twat's bad.
They don't want me screaming it here.
Twat is like calling someone like a fucking idiot in England. In the UK, it's like calling someone a twat. Like twat's a much more common and more acceptable term in the UK than it is here.
But she's getting. But one of the fat neck bearded thing is what got it, because they're trying to do this anti-bullying thing and making fun of. They're going to stop doing so much physical appearance, making fun of fans for their physical appearance.
Maybe that's why Evil Uno's wrestling without a shirt on.
Roy,
what?
That's not why he's wrestling.
Well, we're going to talk about that in the Hall of Fame. We're going to talk about that.
I can't wait. I can't wait. We have some comments here.
Yerk.
A lot of comments. This is really blown up. Oh my God. Roy, we just hit the mother load here. Oh my God, there's so much done. Woodsy says there was a cinematic match in Impact as James Storm. Oh no, James Storm, or is it Mickey James? One of them was hit by a train.
I have no idea.
Yeah. Brooklyn Bleak says Mark will be the heart and soul of Ring of Honor, but I'll like to see Davey Richards back in Ring of Honor once he atones.
Sure.
There needs to be atonement and acceptance of what they did, if in fact they did it. Superman Bass Fisher, thank you so much for going back to it. They get some profits from signing with the bookies. I'm guessing that's how it works.
Gambling, yeah.
The betting, yeah. AS says, you ever watch any ding dong matches, Hammer? Great old school WCW tag team.
Oh, the ding dongs. Yeah, the ding dongs.
I thought you were talking about W. Morrissey.
No, but also good call. Good call. Yes, I have seen the ding dongs as.
God, Superman Bass Fisher, you have a great Superman Bass Fisher. Email loserlyspot@gmail.com. You have to get in the Discord.
Yeah, get in the Discord.
We want you in there, Superman. Superman Bass Fisher says thing with betting is they'd have to offer so many outcomes. That's a thing too. Like AEW, have you done the AEW pools yet?
I have not. I
The
can't
AEW pools are
legally
great.
in Texas.
Oh, do they not offer it in Texas?
No,
Interesting.
DraftKings is like illegal in Texas because like that
That's
type of
dumb.
gambling is illegal. Yeah.
But it's that was super fun. You just like there's the match. It's like John Moxley versus Adam Hangman Page. It's like, will they bleed in this match?
Right.
How many times will the paradigm shift be hit?
Right.
3 or 4? More than 3, less than 3. That type of thing.
Oh.
And you have to pick all of them. And if you win that, I love that type of gambling. That's a fun type of gambling.
Sure.
But like, John Moxley wins. That's not fun. Brooklyn Bleak says the odds. Brooklyn Bleak says Richards is married or was with Angelina Love, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe you're right.
That's not good. I don't like that.
Yeah, it's not good.
Superman Bass Fisher says Superman Bass Fisher says like the way you guys chat back and forth with us because we love you, Superman Bass Fisher.
Yeah, we love getting everybody
Roy,
involved. Want everybody around.
Say we love you,
Superman Bass Fisher.
We love you so much. Woodsy says, just looked it up. Impact killed the bunny to write her off TV. Oh, damn.
Oh, yes. Yeah. A lot of people have died in Impact.
Yeah, a lot of people have died in Impact.
They did it when Homicide and Hernandez were feuding with Santana and Ortiz. A little kid got hit by a car in like a segment that they did. There's a lot going on there.
It seems like a lot. Brooklyn Bleak says Soraya's AEW's finest. Nice. Hell yeah, Brooklyn Bleak. You live your best life. Superman Bass Fisher says subscribe for you guys.
Thank you. One at a time.
Oh, you're gonna get something for that. Here you go, bud.
It's Brittany, bitch.
That's for you. Did you get it, Roy? That's for Superman Bass Fisher.
We got it. We got it.
Superman Bass Fisher says that's just bad for the company and for Max. What?
The tequila.
Oh yeah, that's not good. Brooklyn Bleak says MJF Pavlovian dogged that kid with tequila. Lol. Yeah, he just did it. He didn't even need to. I get that. That's right, Brooklyn Bleak. Superman says good thing Tony was right on the case and with a bunch of merch for them. Yeah. Yeah, you have to get that kid a AEW t-shirt to dry out the tequila from his eyes.
pulling up an article about it and seeing the like screenshot of like the liquid mid-air about to land on this kid.
It's pretty funny. S says, "Oh, welcome to the LLW Galaxy, Superman Bass Fisher. You'll enjoy the waters here." Technically, I appreciate that, S, but technically, you're all interns, and this is the LLW internship. And welcome to the internship. It's free. It's free internship, and you're not getting paid. Neither are we. Nobody's getting paid here. Superman Bass Fisher says, "Lol." We love you for it. We have to move on, but we're staying on this slide here, Ejaz, because more Soraya news, Roy. She's going to be on AEW Legends on A&E. Roy?
WWE Legends?
Right?
What? Yeah,
that's the one I meant. She's on WWE Legends. She's going to be on the A&E. She has her own A&E biography this Sunday, today.
No, she doesn't.
You want to make a bet?
What?
Because they made it before she signed, and they're showing it.
And it's on tonight.
I think it's on tonight or next week. And she just promoted it. She just promoted it on Twitter saying, I cried through the entire thing. Now I'm at AEW and I'm loving life, stuff like that.
Jerry Lawler Jerry Lawler's on tonight.
But one of them is she's coming on soon.
I wonder what, maybe it's a feud. I don't think they had an episode.
I'm telling you for a fact.
Featuring, yeah, hold on. Yeah, what is this? Is she on it?
Yeah, she's on it. It's hers. It's Paige. They have a whole one on Paige.
Legends episode will be airing this Sunday. Wait, what?
Well, you're gonna have to take my word for it.
I'm looking at the article right now.
Reading the
but
yeah, I
know. That's because her A&E biography episode
I know
will be airing this Sunday. I don't think
this
what? All right. I guess it's happening.
It's interesting. They're doing it because they already made it. I don't know. I have a question.
Yeah, Wrestling
What
Inc.
is
You
the
love
big
Wrestling
deal
Inc.
with Paige? Why is Paige such a big deal? in WWE's world and legend. Like, how did she get her own movie? I don't understand. Is her story that unique?
Well, I think it's a good story. She didn't get her own movie because of the WWE. She got her own movie because of The Rock, because The Rock finds the story interesting. I mean, she comes from like a weird kooky wrestling family.
Yeah, she comes from, but so does a lot of wrestlers.
You know?
I don't know.
Yeah, but not a lot of women.
Um,
Also,
that's true. That's true. Woodsy says, wasn't Eddie Kingston who hit the kid with the car? What?
yes, I think it might have been Eddie Kingston who hit the kid with the car. Yeah,
What, he hit a kid with a car?
In this Impact like storyline.
Eddie S says, "You gonna throw a sandwich party for us interns? We should throw a sandwich night.
Throw a sandwich party."
S, did you ever watch Chris Gethard's show? Because I hate him. And he threw sandwich nights. Oh, great. We have Redley697 in the chat. Today is Sunday, and there are biographies of people on Sundays. Very good. Very good. We got Pirate Johnson in the chat.
Pirate Johnson has arrived.
Now, let's go back to the time before Matt and Nick took Dark Order off of being the Elite. Butcher, Blade, and Bunny slightly martyred. Let's get PCO on AEW and do a long-term feud with the House of Black. How about this? We just say no to everything you just said, Pirate Johnson. No, not a single thing.
PCO interacting with House of Black could be interesting.
Oh,
but
PCO
a long-term feud, that's tough.
What? But I will say this: Bray Wyatt and House of Black belong with each other. They're the same thing to me.
I think Bray Wyatt and PCO belong with each other.
No, PCO is better than all those acts.
That's not true.
Have you seen what's happening with PCO? No, PCO is like in the dark, in the graveyard. He's outside. He's like walking in the desert.
Yeah. So is Bray Wyatt, and so is House of Black.
No,
but they're all walking in the graveyard.
Superman Ambassador says, "I can't smell yous." Good.
That's probably
that says, "Have a great day, guys. I got a horse to bet on."
Hell yeah, go get him.
Take a piss. Go take a piss, Superman Bass Fisher. No worries. And that's we have to go to. We have another piece of news, Roy. We have another piece of news.
Yeah, go down.
Next slide, there, Jazz. It's Raven is making a return to the ring.
Oh, wow.
Raven's returning to MLW. He's going to make his first appearance at MLW in over 20 years. And I didn't know MLW was around that long. And
you didn't?
Apparently.
It was around for like
20 years?
It was around for 2 to 3 years after ECW closed. It was around for like 2 years or 3 years after ECW closed. Joey Styles was the commentator. There's a whole bunch of stuff. And then it shut down and just reopened like 5 years ago.
But yeah, they're doing that. Raven is making his return. He's had a bunch of surgeries, and honestly, he hasn't looked healthy at all.
He hasn't looked healthy since 2005.
Yeah, he does not look good.
But I love Raven. I love Raven's brain. I think he's a weirdo, and he's from New Jersey, and he's Jewish. So I'm in favor of Raven doing anything he wants.
Let's go, Raven.
I think he should be a booker. Personally, I think he should book.
I'm curious to see what his match would be, though.
He's going to be in the Battle Riot.
Yeah, Battle Riot. Yeah,
he's going to be in the Battle Riot match.
Yeah, which is
so
a good
he's
place
going
to
be
put
like one of like 40 people in that match, so he'll be fine.
Good place to put him.
Yeah.
Good place to put him. And we have one more piece of news, Roy, and we've talked about it briefly on the show. Next slide there, Jazz. There's a third show happening.
Yeah,
it's gonna for AEW. It's the third show that's going to be on Saturday. It's going to be on Saturday, and is it ruined? Is like Lance Storm had a great comment, and I love this Lance Storm. Brian Alvarez both had this, and look at me referencing Lance Storm and Brian Alvarez. You upset about that now, Roy? You upset that
furious.
I'm your heroes? They said that Lance Storm was like, when AEW first came out, I watched every single episode. I watched every single episode of AEW Dynamite. Had to, because that was they made you want to. Then when Rampage came out, I missed a few episodes of Rampage, and then I started missing a few episodes of Dynamite here and there. And then like it's going to be even worse with a third show. It's going to make you miss a lot of it because it's so much content, too much content. They have too much going on. They have a 2-hour show on Wednesdays. They have an hour show on Thursdays. They have an hour show
Fridays.
on Fridays. They're going to have another hour show on what?
Oh, I guess
the hour
you're
show on
thinking
Thursday.
about Elevation.
Oh, I haven't gotten to Elevation yet. There's
What show do they have on Thursday?
Ring of Honor.
That is a different company.
It's the same booker, so it's the
But
same.
it's a different company to me because you also have to pay to get it. There's a
Hear me
paywall
out,
in
bro.
front of it.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll take an hour off. So we got
2
3
hours.
hours on Wednesday. They're adding a third. 3 hours on Wednesday.
2 hours.
An hour on.
What are you talking?
They're adding a third show. All access.
Oh, okay.
That's a third show. So 3 hours on Wednesday, 1 hour on Friday, 1 hour on Saturday, 2 hours on Monday, 2 hours on Tuesday. Roy, that's 9 hours a week. That's 9 hours a week. They've gone too far. There's one thing I want less in wrestling, and that's more content. I don't want more content. I have too much. Do better with the content you have. Do you want this third show? You like this third show?
I don't care. They can do whatever they want. I'll watch it. Because here's the thing. It's the same shit as the WWE. It's the same thing as the WWE.
That's an issue.
Back in the day.
Don't you think that's an issue?
I'm just saying back in the day, when I was a wrestling fan and I was a young kid, when there was a 2-hour Raw, a 2-hour SmackDown, a 1 hour Velocity, a 1 hour Heat, Confidential, Tough Enough, I was watching all of it. And there are a lot of people who will also watch all of it. I'm not going to follow what Lance Storm is. Lance Storm was wrestled for 30 years. I don't blame him for not wanting to watch anything. But there are a lot of people out there who will consume all of it. And it's also, you have to think about it, right? Like, again, using Ring of Honor as an example and using Dark and Elevation as an example. I don't watch Dark and Elevation. And if I wasn't as dedicated, if we weren't doing this show, I probably wouldn't be watching Ring of Honor either. But because we're doing this, and I'm happy that we're doing it, I'm just saying, to the fan, there's 4 hours of programming, because it's the 4 hours that everyone can watch without having to like get on YouTube or pay for an additional subscription. So really, I'm looking at it as 4 hours, and then All Access is a completely different thing.
Roy, do you like overall, would you say the quality of Dynamite has gone down over the past 4 years?
I think it's been up and down. Yeah, I think it's been up and
Where
down.
do you see it right now? Down or up?
I think it's got momentum, but it's not as good as it was a year ago.
Okay.
But it's got momentum right now.
Would you say that each show is like a baby? Like Tony Khan gave birth to a baby that's Dynamite, and that was his baby, right? Is that fair to say? That's his baby. And he was doing okay. He was doing okay, up and down, like you said. He's ups and downs. Then he had a second baby, and both babies started to go hungry. Both babies are crying a lot, and they're wetting themselves. Nobody's changing Rampage. Rampage has got a rash.
Rampage
has a rash. And now they're
really
adding a
good
third baby. This is irresponsible parenting. It's all the shows are going to suffer because he has too many babies and he's not feeding them.
Okay.
He's neglecting his babies. Okay. Someone's got to take those babies away from Tony Khan. And I think it's me. Just joking. But that's my thoughts on it.
Okay. That's good.
That's the end of the news, Roy.
I had one more. I added an additional news segment last night.
Oh, give it to me. Sock it to me.
It's just about FTR. Jazz, you can go to that slide. There was talk that FTR had signed long-term contracts, but privately it's still being said that FTR, their contracts still expire soon. So we don't know where they stand.
I'm excited about that. That makes it exciting to see them on TV.
Yeah, agreed. What are the comments?
We have a lot of comments. Pirate Johnson says the history with PCO and Brody King would make it interesting if they use that. I wouldn't mind us seeing that match, right? That sounds like a good match. S says
they were tag team champions.
Well, they were part of the Villain Society or something like that.
Right, yeah.
S writes, wasn't Paige the first actual good wrestler to win a title in WWE?
Also
Wasn't she the wrestler who was the first champ in the transition from WWE Divas division and the WWE Women's title? There were other wrestlers before her.
There were other good wrestlers.
You're saying that there was
no,
definitely other good wrestlers.
Yeah, there was Trish Stratus, there was Lita, there was Jazz, there was Victoria. Yeah,
Holly
but there was
Holly.
a long stretch there where it was the Divas title and all of that. But coming out of that Divas era was Paige. It was Paige and Emma.
She was
followed by
first,
the Four Horsewomen.
I don't want to neglect Melina. I thought Melina was
fine, but she wasn't treated with respect. Beth Phoenix was also. I just don't think the women were being treated with respect. Is what we're talking about. We're not talking about specific performers. We're talking about how everything was booked. AJ Lee was also great.
But yeah, she was the one that kind of transitioned that gap. That's fair. Pirate Johnson says Julia Hart would stop being kind of useless since Allie Bunny is there. Julia Hart doesn't serve a purpose right now, but that's not her fault. S writes, Raven's new faction, The Calling, looks really cool. RSP and Akira, cool promos. I didn't hear about this.
I didn't hear about that. This is, I guess, an MLW. That's cool.
Yes,
The Calling is a good name.
That's a good name. Brooklyn Bleak says Raven could barely get up after giving an even flow to Dreamer during his induction to Impact Hall of Fame.
I did see that. Up. Yeah. It was.
What do you mean?
It was a good DDT. It just took him a second to get up after the DDT. It was also a DDT onto a stage, onto a wooden platform, which was probably not comfortable.
I have to see that. I missed it. Brooklyn Bleak says, man, WWE 3-hour Raw, SmackDown, NXT Level Up. What is NXT Level Up?
It's another one of their shows. It's like a streaming show. That's also a good point. That's WWE I'm not saying now has, oh shit, I didn't even think of that. They have 7 hours of programming on cable during the week.
Yeah, but at least they have different people running each one. Tony Khan's running them all.
Okay.
There's a video. Pirate Johnson says there's a video about Paige's movie that points out a lot of obvious and maybe some not so obvious impossibilities with the awful movie. There's contradicting things in the movie. We should watch it and review it one time, right?
I've seen it.
Is it good?
No. Well, it's fine. It's fine.
Brooklyn Bleak says Ring of Honor is separate. According to Tony Khan, Per Johnson says Ring of Honor should definitely use that hour's a waste. What Being the Elite almost was at 1 hour doesn't need to be on TV. Yeah, Being the Elite should never be on TV. But Ring of Honor doesn't need another hour. I think Ring of Honor should be 1 hour show, right, Roy?
I like the Ring of Honor the length that it is right now. I actually think the show flows really, really well.
I guess I just I'm a fan of NXT 2016 where it was just 1 hour.
Sure, yeah, of course.
That was perfect. Yeah. Perfect wrestling is just an hour to me. That says the fact that they are getting a new show is good because it shows that Warner Discovery is happy with the AEW is producing. Okay.
Here's the thing, my guy, you and I both are in the same boat because we both love WCW and we watch WCW go out of business. And all we want is for the cable networks to be happy because that means that the company will stay in business. So I don't care what they do. As long as they get a new contract and they stay in business and I don't have to go back to only watching the WWE, I'm thrilled.
Sure. I'm just saying if they have another show, and Rampage is their second show, right? As their second show that they made. And those numbers are plummeting. Plummeting. Have you seen the recent it's gas?
Yeah, they're in 450,000. They used to be at 700,000 or 800,000, and now they're down to around 450. Yeah.
Second episode was 1.2 million.
Well, that was the CM Punk episode.
I know, but it's just look where
that would have done that number regardless.
No, but think about when you book a show thoughtfully. That was the second show, and they built it up for 2 weeks. Imagine having a show like Rampage being treated like Dynamite, where you have things happening and stuff is supposed. We don't come better.
Let's keep going here.
Pirate Johnson says Tony is stupid. Tony is stupid for putting all the Ring of Honor, all Ring of Honor, except for the stuff people don't like having on AEW behind a paywall. The Ring of Honor paywall.
I think he's stupid for putting all of those people on AEW for a long time and just having them lose all the time. I think he's stupid to do that. Yeah.
Brooklyn Bleak says AJ Lee was before Paige. Good point. Naomi, Paige, AJ Lee were the main changing for the so-called women's revolution. Yeah. Naomi's there too. She deserves that respect.
It's not about individual wrestlers. It's about how they were booked and how they were treated. And they were not treated well until Paige.
Woodsy screams, FTR are WWE bound. I don't know. I don't think they
Okay.
are. Brooklyn Bleak says, I forgot MLW has a TV show now. So did
Yeah,
they.
what is it on? Oh,
S
it's on
says, I just
Reels.
watched. I have no idea.
It's on
Oh, Reels. Do we
Reels.
have Reels?
I don't
Is that
know.
on Sling?
I'm not sure.
S says, I just watched a great movie. Marcel the Shell with shoes on. So good. The guy in it kind of reminds me of Roy.
Oh gosh, I have to
That's
see
a
this movie. I haven't seen it.
Great movie.
I
Great
hear
movie.
it's fantastic.
Tearjerker. It's beautiful. Brooklyn Bleak says Ring of Honor always had the Honor Club subscription system. Yeah, but like, hey, he needed to put it somewhere. He needed to put it somewhere, and it needed to start making money. Pirate Johnson says, with what S said, they can always say that got okayed to production several months a year ago. I'm not sure what that's supposed to say.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I know, I agree. But that's that. We still have a Hall of Fame induction.
We gotta induct the Hall of Fame. So Jazz, go to that first Hall of Fame slide.
This is all Roy induction.
But one says Roy and one says Red. So go to the Roy one.
So one's a lie.
I'm inducting into the Hall of Fame this year. I'm inducting Evil Uno and Stu Grayson. One, because Stu Grayson's a great wrestler. I'm happy he's back in AEW. And two, I watched a little bit of Evil Uno's travel blog for a while because I like Evil Uno as a person. I think he seems like a good guy. And his number one goal for the year of 2023 was to be able to wrestle on television without a shirt because he was working hard to get in better shape.
Oh.
And he's reached that goal and he did it.
God damn
it. And I think everyone should look different on television.
God fucking damn it.
I don't think everyone should look the same. And I like a big guy. I like a big guy. I like that he wears his tights up high. I like his look.
Saying his
I like his look. I think he looks good.
I just that's not flattering. Like, at least have a singlet. Have a straps. Makes your shoulders look bigger.
Sure.
The straps make your shoulders look bigger. Like, the thing is, like, it's just, you gotta have an outfit that fits well. Like, some guys shouldn't wear bike shorts. Some guys shouldn't wear a singlet. Some guys shouldn't. He should not be wearing high-waisted long tights.
I like it, but I understand.
It makes him. Yeah. But hey, actually, I will stand by this Hall of Fame.
Congratulations
honestly,
to Evil
Congratulations, Evil Uno, because I do like you a lot as a wrestler, and I want you to be happy. And so, please welcome into the class the March 19th, the March 19th LLW Hall of Fame, Evil Uno's
and Stu Grayson.
And Stu Grayson. Evil Uno without a shirt on Stu Grayson.
And then the inductee that was I was inducting on your behalf was this Ring of Honor television show. I'm inducting Ring of Honor as well.
Great job, Ring of Honor. And welcome to the March 19th Loser Leaves Wrestling Hall of Fame. Ding 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 presents Loser Leaves Wrestling Hall of Fame. And wow, great job, everyone.
We did it.
And thank you so much to everyone in the chat for being so active and being so sweet. Just to add to that, Pirate Johnson said, I can't see a subscription service for something that hasn't really been promoted well, being a better financial decision compared to ads on TV. They couldn't get it on TV. Oh, actually, that's a good point. They can on Saturday. Why aren't they putting? That's a great point, Pirate Johnson. Why isn't it on? Why didn't they just move that? They had this coming up in the pipeline. Move Ring of Honor to Saturday. Have it not be on real TV. Enough of the Honor Club. Honor Club could be a supplemental. Right?
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
No?
No, I don't think so. I understand.
Why not?
Because, well, I don't know. It's tough. It's tough because if it's just Ring of Honor, then you're going to alienate all of your biggest stars, like on MJ. But like, will MJF even be on that show anyway?
Never.
But if you got to book it the right way, that's all. I don't know. It's an idea.
Yeah. But thank you all so much for joining us today. This was such a pleasure. Pirate Johnson, Brooklyn Bleak, S. Where's my boy? Where's my new friend? Superman Bass Fisher, Redley 697, unfortunately. Woodsy, we got Brooklyn Bleak. I think everyone did such a great job. One Man of Steel, S, Brooklyn Bleak. I said all your names, but thank you so much for reaching out and connecting with us, and join us on the Discord. Loserleavespod@gmail.com. we welcome you all. Smash the like button because that's your only job.
That's
That's
it.
the only job we ask
the
the
only
interns
gig.
to do. The interns have one job that we ask consistently, and y'all drop the ball a lot on that one. But we're gonna forgive you because we don't pay you. We need more interns, so spread the word. Spread the word. LOW
Bye.
is looking for interns. Thank you all so much. Have a great one. And bye. Roy, do our countdown. Do our countdown.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ole! 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 Ole!